For the past 5 days, I was miserable, sad, depressed because I was playing Tomb Raider 3 for an average of 6 hours per day. I liked 1 and made a video about it, and with all its flaws, I managed to enjoy 2 and glad I have the experience at least in some levels. But Tomb Raider 3 slapped me, took my money, slammed me to the ground, and broke my back. Now before we talk subjectively about this game, please, if you enjoy this game, there's no need to watch this video. Whether you like it because you played it when you were a child, or you have a nostalgia of it, or you just enjoy it regarding its flaws, you're probably not gonna be happy hear me rant about this game. But if you have no problem, then enjoy watching. Don't worry, I'll be subjective. Okay, here goes 50% of you watching. And if I'm wrong with one or many of my points, please tell me in the comments. And let's see how satisfied the core design team was developing Tomb Raider 3. Because believe it or not, this video is more like a cry for help than a critique or review. Alright, let's go. So nothing much changed compared to Tomb Raider 1 and 2 in terms of the direction, but in Tomb Raider 3, the game definitely wanna kills you more, whether in a cheap way or a good way. But there are some additions to help you throughout the game, like Lara's ability to crawl now, or brown, or crouch. I don't know, man. Lara can now sprint as well, finally. But in this one, it's terrible, since Lara is controlled like a tank, and there's a delay as well. And you can monkey climb some stuff. There's the green crystals as well, which gives you half health, and it cures you from the poison. And you have too much medkits and bandages, so it's not a big deal. And there is the mud mechanic, where if you stay on it too long, it will just eventually kill you. And the design is definitely perhaps more interesting than the previous 2 games, so don't worry, you'll never get bored playing Tomb Raider 3 for the most parts, because the game is always interesting. But I wish I was bored than annoyed during this game. There is many issues in the gameplay and the level design. I'll try to point as much as I could to make it interesting, because I don't want this video to be 1 hour long. Trust me, I can in this game. Now let's talk about what's important. Gee, what a lovely place. I wonder what happens if I jump here to go to the objective. There's no way a train gonna respawn out of nowhere and crash into me. Oh, but no, come on. It seems like a very safe hallway. There's no way. Oh, the objective seems to be here. Looks easy enough. Stop bullying me. Stop bullying me.
Don't do it to me.
Okay, game, okay. So that's pretty much how the trial and error in Tomb Raider 3 is. You don't know what to do, you die, you say game, you move on. In Souls games and many other games, when you die, it's almost always your fault, unless it's Dark Souls 1 and 2. So you said, I did that wrong, so I must learn from that and try again. But in Tomb Raider 3, it's almost always the game's fault. Whether it's poorly designed area or it's something that you can never guess, it's all in here. And it takes such a huge dump on the fun aspect of this game that I won't be able to take even if I had 5 meals. And let me say this, I'm not a big fan of enemies dropping things in some games. Tomb Raider 2 did it first, it has some problems, but overall it was kinda clear. It's not clear anymore in Tomb Raider 3, especially when it's key items and the game doesn't tell you what you picked. There are other issues in the gameplay as well, like hell, the enemies in this game pushes you over and over and it's not even funny. I know Tomb Raider 2 does this as well, but as usual for Tomb Raider 3, takes Tomb Raider 2 issues and make it 10 times larger. Like, it's not fun. And what the hell happened to the camera? I don't remember this being a big issue on Tomb Raider 1 and 2, but on 3, hell, it's bad. And it's mainly because of how big the game is compared to 1 and 2. Like, sometimes where I want to climb something or want to go to somewhere, the camera just focused on Lara and it suddenly just changed to the direction I wanted to go in. It was very weird, and I wouldn't say random, I would say it's badly designed. Shock. And the camera angle made for some very frustrating deaths. Tomb Raider 3 has like 4 or 5 bosses and they all share common problems. They're all on places where you can fall and they all have that one shot which can sometimes kill you, and they're all in an arena that doesn't even let you breathe, let alone fight. I kinda get where they were trying to go here, but hell, Tomb Raider mechanics, even for their days, wasn't designed for this playstyle. And the final boss, oh my god, he was so annoying. There's such a little area to maneuver and the camera is extremely bad that I often find myself going to the lava in some places that I don't don't think the devil even visited them. Now Tomb Raider 2 had some bosses fights here and there, as well as Tomb Raider 1, but hell, Tomb Raider 3 somehow managed to score the worst boss fights in perhaps any video game I have ever played. It's bad, and that's due to two big problems. The game's like, Jacob, where ya go? And I'm like,
I don't know.
Jacob! Come back, Jacob, lad!
let's talk about it. The layout of some missions makes everything feels like a puzzle, even when it wasn't, because it was so confusing. How can even a human brain process that I have to go here? Like, how can I know? How? And how can I possibly know that I have to destroy this wall? Here, I have to go into this spiral. I died one time, I said, oh, weird, let me try a second time. So I died a second time, a third time, a fourth time, a 100th time, until it turns out that you can't make this jump without having full health. And you ask me, what can you do if you have used all your health? Good luck restarting the mission. But even if you have health, there are fishes which behave completely random. So best wishes, my friend. And here you have to take damage. Needless to say, this little boat control is damn awful. On Aldwych, I was very confused and I was lost. And I have spent probably an hour and a half in this mission just wandering around. What can I do? And how can I possibly know that I have to take a coin, put the coin here? So I tried to interact with the other vending machine and it came to no avail. But it's just this one that works. This one only. Why would you do this? Seriously, why would you do this? And that was one of the most annoying things about Tomb Raider 3. Like, my time in this game felt lost. It was like nothing. And I'm not gonna lie, this problem was very big in Tomb Raider 2 as well. People just don't want to say it because they like Tomb Raider 2 more than 3. But it was heavy in Tomb Raider 2 as well. And I do think that's mainly because the developers wanted to push the guiding strategy. But I think that's hurted the game more than you would ever imagine. I felt like my time was to no value to the developers. However, that's only problem one. This game have a serious trouble with the textures. Like, look, this seems like a normal wall, but little do you know, you can climb into it. Like, what the hell am I even holding? Or here, where this doesn't even look right. And here, which is the main objective, and you can just simply miss it. Because look, it's very hidden. And I've spent almost hours in this mission because of this hidden place. And I'm not sure if that's the PC version only or the Steam version, I don't know. But what the hell happens to the spikes? They look kinda invisible. This happened quite a few times in the game. And the bad textures in the design felt like I can't trust the game. There's always gonna be that one block that you have to push or one thing that you have to climb that wasn't very clear. Okay, I guess I have covered the major two issues with the design in this game, but there are also other problems in the design. Like Tomb Raider 3 idea of a good level design is pull a lever here so you'll have something unlocked in the other room that you visited a million years ago. Remember? You don't? Too bad. And that's a big problem. Why? Because oftentimes the game will not even show you what you have opened, unlike Tomb Raider 1 and 2. Now do a backtrack like a little but Tomb Raider 3, you don't know me. I'm gonna do it, but
They're staying put in that temple. I told them not to. I warned them first.
what's that? Tomb Raider 3 does think better than Tomb Raider 1 and 2. Yes, yes, yes. The only thing that's better than Tomb Raider 1 and 2 perhaps is the presentation. It's more of a comedy vibe to it than Tomb Raider 1 and 2.
I could even be retiring from you.
Then you might like to mind the bell. Happy retirement.
And as for the presentation, 2 did it better than 1, 3 did it better than 2. Like they know the story is like all over the place and mind-blowing and just over the top. So the game in 3 understands itself more than any other Tomb Raider game. And I often find myself giggle and genuinely laugh in this game.
How moronic a question is that, eh? I don't even have a face, man.
Overall, when you see a new place and the whole direction and how beautiful the game might be sometimes, especially in the Pacific levels, shit, it's beautiful. And oh my god, is the soundtrack the best one yet. Okay, I guess that's it. Tomb Raider 3 was a chore to play for me. And I'm sorry, I know this will upset a lot of people, especially people who tend to agree with me more on my videos. But it is what it is. I tried. I'm a newcomer and I have heard that Tomb Raider 3 is not a newcomer game. Absolutely not. I tried to love Tomb Raider 3 as much as I can, but I failed on every level. And the game didn't even let me. It's definitely the most frustrating game I have ever played. And is it the worst game I have ever played? I don't think so. But I think it's one of the worst games I have ever played. And don't worry, I will play the Lost Artifact expansion back. Just, I need some time. Again, it's such a downgrade from Tomb Raider 1 and 2 that I can't even tell you how much I am disappointed. And I know I played this game like 25 years later or something, but trust me, I have played old games. And I have played even Tomb Raider 1 and 2, Delta Force, Resident Evil. Like, yeah, I have played old games. But this one's not about the age, trust me. The game has major issues, and I know some people point them out, so I figured I'ma do that as well. And I didn't mention many positives because there isn't much to be found, to be honest. And most likely, when the game does the thing right, you're only 20 or 30 seconds before a death trap, so you can't even savor it. It took me a whipping 27 hours and a half, and that's without the DLC. A miserable 27 hours, I might add. Yes, and I do like to point out that I'm not dissing the team who made the game. They only had like 8 months to develop this game, so it's pretty much the corporation fault. Okay, I have made a video about Tomb Raider 1 and 2. If you want to watch them, be my guest. But please, watching these videos, be as open-minded as you can. I know it can be tricky towards all games, and remember, I only did the first playthrough of these games. In retrospect, it might be a lot more bearable, I know that, but the first playthrough is the most important one, especially for me. I have to play other games and make videos about other games. Okay, that has been it. Thank you very much for watching, and I would like to thank you to be civil enough to watch towards the end of the video, even though you like this game. And that's it. Take care.